Hi everyone, welcome to part 3 of our motorcycle tour of France. Today's episode covers days 7 to 9 of our tour. It's been raining a lot, so we've temporarily chickened out of camping in favour of hotels. We start with a quick tour of Monaco and then complete the Route Napoléon over 2 days, where we encounter a classic car run.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we had a voice recording failure on our day in Monaco. The following footage takes us from La Turbie down the mountain to Monaco. We proceed through Monaco and then along the first stretch of coastline heading for Nice.
Well, good afternoon. You're joining us on the Route Napoléon. We've just come out of Grasse, or Grasse, I don't know how you say it. And our section today takes us to Sisteron. Similar to the last 2 nights, I'm avoiding camping and I've booked a hotel in Sisteron. Looks like a really lovely place, so that's nice. The weather has been exceptionally changeable. Last night was absolutely hammering it down. I think we've got some video footage of it from the hotel room. So quite pleased we weren't camping, and decided not going to camp today, just in case it's a mud quagmire on the site, because if we get that messed up then we won't be able to recover from that. So we took advantage of the hotel anyway. We've washed our kit because we're halfway through the trip now. So all well and good. So other changes today, and I've got a bit of video footage of that as well, is completely revamped the way that we are loading the bike. So its behaviour today is just amazingly different. So rather than use panniers for fixed purposes, we've spread the load, the majority of the load on the side panniers, putting all the heavy stuff in that, keeping all the light stuff in the top box, and making sure that the clothes bag that we got that strapped over the top of one of the side panniers. So amazing difference, much more stable. We were bottoming out at times as well because we were so heavy. That seems to have not completely gone away, but nowhere near as bad as it was. So that's all really quite successful. I suspect we're going to see some lovely cars along here today. A Mura and a Porsche. That's the second Porsche I've seen today. At least I think it's a Porsche. Yeah, so kicking off at Barcelonette, that's really where things started going wrong. It was raining all day, the day on our journey to Barcelonette. We managed to get a gap in the rain to actually pitch the tent. We could have got a glamping tent as an alternative. Retrospectively, that could have been a good idea, but anyway, we camped. And we managed to keep reasonably dry. We obviously couldn't dry the clothes that got wet during the course of the day. But unfortunately, and I wasn't really expecting it, the humidity was running at 97%, so there was absolutely no chance of getting anything dry. And moreover, everything that we did have, even though it was under cover, got wet. So pretty disappointing that, really. So heading to Nice, out of Barcelonette, the path that we were intending to take and the route that we were intending to take was shut. So we had to come up with a new route pretty swiftly. Now that was quite fortuitous, actually. We ended up, I think it's called the Col de la Bonnette, or something like that. I need to check. But anyway, it's one of the highest roads in Europe, and the peak is at 2,808 meters. So that's pretty high up. And what they've done on that mountain is they've put an extension loop on the top of it to take it up to that height. And going up that extension loop is, yeah, it's quite steep. So I got some video footage of that journey. I didn't manage to get any audio on the top of it. So we went over that pass, and then we rejoined the Route de Grenoble into Nice, an absolutely lovely road. Unfortunately, we didn't get any footage of that either, so you'll have to come and see it yourself. But yeah, astonishing, really, through the gorge, I would say, would be the best description of it. So heading into Nice, 30 degrees in Nice, complete change around on the weather. Somewhat hot. We managed to get ourselves sorted out with a drink, and then we decided that rather than camp in 32-degree heat, we got ourselves sorted out for a hotel. We intended to spend 2 nights in Nice, and we ended up spending 2 nights in Calais, 20 odd miles outside, or 23 miles outside of Nice. About an hour to get to, because it's, oh, I say, look at that. Ooh, Daytona. About an hour to get to because the speed limits are so low. It's twisty-turny anyway. What we did during our free day is we missed out Monaco. So we were supposed to come over the pass that we were intending to come over from out of Barcelonette and make our way through to Monaco and then come along the coast to Nice. So that all went wrong because we couldn't go over the first pass. So on our day at Calais, we did the last leg of our Monaco route. So got that on video too. Again, got an audio failure on that. So I think we should have some engine noise on it. We won't have any audio packed up after about 24 seconds, I think, straight after I put it in my pocket. So that was disappointing, but there you go. suppose you're listening to me, eh? Yes, it's just Ferrari Dino and an old Porsche. Oh, we got another. I think this is Ferrari coming down. There must be some show going along here today, surely. We are a bit damp today. Unfortunately, the sound won't have picked it up, but on our trip to Monaco yesterday, in the city, we hit a slight damp patch of road, and we were just dribbling along. I squeezed the brakes, and the anti-lock came on, and the bike just kept on going straight on. There was a car coming for us, all fairly low speed, but luckily it was for him to give way, so he did. But that was a bit nerve-wracking. And again today, just coming up out of Grasse on damp, twisty roads, mountain roads, we just had a bit of a slip on the rear wheel as well. So a little bit nervous about how grippy these French roads are in the damp. There we go. Porsche. Ooh. What that was. Let's just press on anyway. We don't want to sit behind traffic all the way. Enjoy the road. So away we go. Keeping an eye on the sat nav. I'll tell us if we got any critical twists coming up. We have. We seem to have a hairpin coming up further up the hill. I'm going to take it really gingerly around hairpin and any type bend, principally because of the slippages I've been having, which have been none too pleasant. There's James Bond. Oh my gosh. Whoa. That was a Lola or something, I don't know. Maybe an old Ferrari man. And a Cobra. A bit rusty on old vehicles, really. That's a beautiful day. I think the road's drying out a little bit. On a Porsche, they're quite equally spaced, all these vehicles. Otherwise they're not having one big race. Quite a good view out of that. And we're still running, that's good. Yeah, it's back to the weight redistribution on this bike. It's such a tremendous change. It really is. I wish I'd sorted it out before we went through the Alps, because it would have set for a slightly different experience. I don't think it made too much difference when you were sort of reasonably on the move. Around some of the tight hairpins, I think it would have felt a little bit more sturdy. But certainly, any slow speed manoeuvring, like coming to a stop and that, chugging it around on your feet has been a bit of a nightmare so far. With the thing just, you could just feel that the thing just wanted to bite your hand off. So this is all a lot nicer, and a lot more forgiving, a lot smoother. Oh, they're doing a time trial or something. No idea what that is. Ferrari. Make a decision, either pass this van in front, given the fact that I'm being a little bit nervous on the bend, or just drop back. The road's got a little more damp. Just a moment to go. Should have it now. There we go. Get a bit of space between them. Enough. So a bit different from the Alps roads, these ones. These are seem to be a lot faster. Less about mountain passes and more about skipping around the edge of mountains with nice twisties. Oops, got a hidden tight one here. Shame it's not dry, I have to say, but there we go. Sheep for a mile or a kilometre. Still got that van travelling behind. He must have been speeding a bit through the village. Just put a car between him and us. Got a bit of slack. It would be lovely just to get this thing right down, but can't do it. Don't want to come slipping off. It's a miserable mess. Particularly. Oh, a fantastic road, honestly. This is just amazing. What a fantastic day. A bit of rear on the bends as well, or just right of them anyway. Helps slightly more stable braking, but that minimise the diving that goes on. The cloud cover on top of the mountains there. Dry patches of road, certainly. Take it. Not looking after my passenger at all. Doing it again here. Right, prepared. Tight. Oh, fun, honestly. This shouldn't be legal, surely. Oh, it's probably illegal, actually. That road's getting damp again. Ooh. Bit of clear sky over there, but rain on either side of it. Oh, good morning. Late start today, so we stopped over in Sisteron. Cheated and didn't camp again. Had quite a nice hotel room, quite close to Sisteron. Beautiful place. Went out for a beer, pizza, and a bit of a wander around. Wandered up to the Citadel, took some photographs. All good. So today we're off to Grenoble. Met another biker outside the hotel this morning. He corrected me on my pronunciation. I was saying Grenoble, but it's not. It's Grenoble, apparently. So we're off there today. Again, the weather forecast during the course of the day I think looks reasonably good, so we should get some sunshine. But the forecast for tonight again is wet, so chickened out, and we've booked another room in Grenoble, whatever it is tonight. So we've got the second half of the Route Napoléon today, or at least what Wikipedia defines as Route Napoléon. And we've got 152 kilometres to get us there. So set the video running straight away. I'm not sure if it's going to be better on the second half or the first half, but we're going to get the first half. I've got an hour of footage available. Quite a nice view already. Mountain views. We've got a gorgeous day. Like I said, I think it's supposed to be sunny until around about 4 or 5 o'clock today. It's currently 11:30. Our travel time is, I think, 2.5 hours, it says. So we should get to Grenoble well in advance of any rain, hopefully. But we'll see how it goes. They're distant, so the weather might be different there. Yeah, it is. Well, you'll have to just take like my word for it. The scenery off to the side of this road is stunning. So we're evidently in a plateau amidst the mountains. It's all very nice. We stopped at a boulangerie this morning to have breakfast. That was all very nice. Did that yesterday as well. Seems to be one of the cheapest ways to go for it. It's quite expensive when you're dining at restaurants each day. It's a bit heavy on the pocket. So the boulangerie is a cheaper option, really, for only a quarter of the price of a restaurant. I think we've actually got, I think it's an apartment that we've got this evening, so that will be self-catering. I think we're about 15 minutes walk from the city centre. So I think when we get there, again, we'll just indulge in a few beers, and then we'll head off, have a wander around the centre, sort of pick up some nosh, and cook it back at the apartment, save a bit of money again. So we're also thinking of rejigging the route. So obviously we're on the journey back home, really, ostensibly, taking it in smaller steps than we took coming down. I had sort of scheduled 2 nights in Reims before we pick up the ferry in Calais, but looking at the distance between Reims and Calais and the potential that we'll be camping, I don't think it's really very feasible to catch a ferry and pack the tent up in the time frame of travelling 167 odd miles to the port. So we're thinking of extending tomorrow a little bit. We're going through the wine region. We were going to stop just short in, I think, Benet, something like that. It's called. Again, my pronunciation's not great. But I think we're going to skip the stop, and we're going to go, I think we're looking at Grenoble to Dijon tomorrow. So 200 miles. A bit more than I was wanting to really achieve at this stage. But that also allows us to have another day getting ourselves a lot closer to Calais, so we're not messing about. On the Wednesday morning before our ferry back. So we're Friday today, so we're into our last 5 days, I guess, into our last 6 days, I suppose. We include the crossing back. Been a bit disappointed with the weather, really. I was anticipating that it wouldn't be quite so wet, certainly at night. I think the trip's sort of taught me a little bit about doing tours like this. I was originally going to do it on my own, but then my son decided he wanted to come along. So we've certainly loaded the bike. I'll certainly carry probably next time a lot less than I brought with me this time. Yeah, obviously loading the bike. Big learning lesson, that one. So again, it's just riding the bike now in comparison to how it was coming through the Alps. Just a world apart. It's not scary anymore in the slightest. It's nice and planted, predictable, not wobbling. You don't feel it's going to bite your arm off unexpectedly. All quite pleasant. Well, I guess that we're heading to that mountain range in the distance. Which means I may have caught the wrong bit of this trip. But anyway, you can see it's an interlinking road. I certainly recommend the Route Napoléon as far as we've got it so far. That was a really enjoyable day yesterday. It was great to see those classic cars when we first set out to Monty, or Plateau, sorry. So that was a nice surprise. That really is very pretty indeed. I think Wales had previously been one of my favourite, or my favourite riding place. But I think that this area of France, the Alps, is rapidly taking over. It's just a shame it takes so long to get down here, really. It's quite a slog. So we've got a bit out there. We're now heading uphill, so hopefully we'll be out of that town and into something a bit more wiggly.
That concludes the Route Napoléon. Next time, in our final part, we'll be heading through the Champagne wine region, stopping over in Dijon and Reims before heading home through Calais. Thanks for watching, and we'll leave you with some final pickets.